Who do you see yourself becoming? Who do you want to become? The first one is who. And these are the questions that you have to answer for yourself. Who do you want to become? Who do you see yourself becoming? The next one is what? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to do to become the person that you see yourself being? When you hold that vision, anybody ever did a puzzle?
No.
See, when you do a puzzle, you look at the picture on the box, and you start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. So that's the same thing as a vision. You have to be able to see it, and then once you see the picture on the box, you match the pieces of the puzzle to look like that box. The same thing a vision is. So you got to say, what are you willing to give up? When do you want to become this? You got to always set, when you set a goal, have an outcome, you have to ask yourself when. What's the time frame that you give yourself? If it takes a year to get through Job Corps, give it a year. If it takes a year and a half, give it a year and a half. But time it out. And don't make it draw out. I mean, don't make it longer than it has to be. Set your goals, set your focus. Focus on what you want out of life. Focus on the vision, the person that you want to become. Where? Where do you want to be in life? Is it Jacksonville? You got to look at life as, or the world as a big place. It's bigger than Jacksonville. It's bigger than any city that you live in. You see, I'm going to tell you what happened with a lot of people. How many people who are outside of their home city, hometown? See, I'm going to tell you, that's a pretty good number. You'd be surprised how many people have never really ventured outside of the city limits. They really don't know what the world has to offer. It's a big world. It's bigger than Jacksonville. It's bigger than Florida. It's bigger than the United States. It's so many places, so many things to see. But you can go all over the world. You're not contained to just Jacksonville. If your dream is bigger than Jacksonville, live out your dream. Move if you have to. Be like Mr. Wilson, relocate. Go to another city. Let me tell you about when you go to another city. People don't know you in that city. Life is about being able to reinvent yourself. See, when you go to a new city, new town, when nobody knows you, you can be anybody you want to be. See, it's hard to be who you want to be in your hometown. See, even Jesus couldn't perform miracles in his hometown because people would always look at him and say, hey, I know that guy. That's Joseph and Mary's son. He ain't nobody. He does the carpentry. He ain't nobody. And see, that's what people who know us will be able to hold you, sometimes hold you to that character, hold you to that person that they want you to be. But you got to break the chains. You got to be able to have the courage to, again, to live out your dream, to go outside and become the person that you want to be. That's why I like the last W. The last W is why. Why do you want to become that? Why do you want to become successful? Why is it not you that you're not going to stop until you get what you came after? See, a lot of people stop at the how. I want to be successful. I want to be famous. I want to be a rapper. I want to be a basketball player. But I don't know how. How can it happen for me? And see, people stop at the how. You got to move past the how. It's the why. The motivation is in the why. You have to ask yourself why. In the morning, you have to answer that question, why? Why am I getting out of this bed in the morning? Why am I getting out of this bed in the morning? You have a purpose. You should find that purpose. Remember those two important days. The day you was born and the day you found out why. Powerful. Gentlemen, those two things are powerful. Everybody was born. Not everybody finds out why. Not everybody finds out why. That's your only mission in life. To find your why. To find your motivation. To find what's going to drive you. To find what's going to keep on driving you. Driving you past where you thought you never could make it to. Where other people thought you could never make it. You have to find your why, gentlemen. Live out your dream. I'll bring Mr. Wilson back up and close on out. Thank you for your time.